to me.
We use that to pull up stuff so we can read it.
I know.
It sucks it's not working.
Have you heard about Revolution Threads? That's right, Revolution Threads, where funk, fun, and fashion all meet in one location.
Revolution Threads will be offering men's and women's used clothing, shoes, jewelry.
You press play on there.
I know. I didn't mean to. And I'm just bombing on this tonight. Actually, what I did is I mashed play on the app on the phone, which I didn't mean to do that. And of course, Tammy was trying to call, and I hope that's because she's letting us know that she can see us. Hi, Tammy. I see you. I mean, I don't see you, but I heard you.
Right.
Goodness gracious. I mashed reset on this mouse. So let's see, maybe now if we can use this. See, Scotty's got this great little setup to where you can pull stuff up on the computer while we're talking, and we can both kind of see it. Most everybody listening probably already knows that, but I can't get it to work. So it's like driving me nuts.
So this really is a open forum. With
Literally open forum. Hello.
Okay, yeah, you're on now, and you was not supposed to be able to understand who that was when I called earlier.
I'm sorry.
That was totally uncool.
That's just because I love you, and I was like, oh, that's Tammy. But yes, it has nothing to do with this caller ID that says West Virginia.
Okay, all right, you're on. Goodbye.
She's just like the best. But yeah, so I feel like we're kind of like starting on over here. And yeah, definitely this is open forum. So if anybody has anything in particular, again, that you would like to talk about, let's talk about it. I've covered a little debate we went to or whatever. And this coming up weekend, before I forget, I want to let everybody know about Driving and Crying. If you're in the Covington and Newton area, is going to be at the old fairgrounds, which is now, or may have always been, but it's a Legion Field. That's where I went to the fair as a kid. Remember? The fair would come there every year. It's like the greatest time of the year.
Right, right. Yeah, I need to do something. When is that? Saturday?
Saturday.
Yeah, I need to do something Saturday.
Yep, it'll be fun.
Because if not, I'm going to be at home crying the fact that my oldest will be at her 8th grade dance.
Really?
Yes!
Oh, man, that is so cool. Trinity.
Yes, 8th grade dance. And of course, she's going to get her hair done and her nails done because it's a big deal now.
Like, oh, it is. Yeah, I remember.
Really...
Yeah, I used to think like 8th grade dance when I went to school, we'd go, you just dress whatever. But no, they dress all up now.
Oh, yes.
Isn't that? I mean, it's great, but it's like, gosh, you're growing up. Slow down.
I know. I mean, I guess it's just one of those, times in my life. It's like, I have one going into high school and my baby's going to middle school.
It's like reality.
Yes.
Yep. Well, Beth will be 19 in August, and that's my baby. And I'm going, I can't believe my baby is getting ready to be 19. So, I mean, and Zaylee just turned 2. It's just crazy how it just seems to clip right by, like when you're older.
Right.
But whenever you're waiting to turn 18, 19, 21, seems like it just creeps by,
No, I understand.
But something is bothering me down here. I'm like itching.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm just giving up on this because I'm allowing myself to be consumed with it.
But so I've been remodeling my bathroom, And let me tell you how awful that is. There is so many choices.
You know, I've never heard of, because explain a little bit about what you're having done because it's not like a simple remodel. It's
No,
not-
when I bought my house, it ended up that the master bathroom did not even have a shower. It only had a garden tub. And it had like the vanity and stuff out in the bedroom. So we actually closed that off to actually make a bathroom. Just got it retiled. We got a shower put in like right after we bought the house. And so now it's like, I mean, new cabinets, new everything.
Yeah, because it was kind of set up like a hotel,
Yes.
like a hotel.
I hated that.
Yeah. I can't wait to see it. I feel like such a loser friend. I haven't even came over there I haven't done anything at all. And you're always like, you at least come motivate me and talk to me while I do it.
Right. Right.
Even if you're not able to help.
And we thought that it was going to be completed today, but we had some setbacks when it came to water pipes and stuff like that. So I am looking forward to having my bathroom back.
I know you are. And your dad, he's such a champ.
He is awesome.
I told you that my mom was stalking you today. She was like, yeah, Ashley was at lunch with her dad at so-and-so. And I was like, really, Mom? You're stalking Ashley's Facebook page? She said, well, it was on Facebook.
Right, exactly.
It's funny now my mom's on Facebook. You know, I remember whenever she was like, there's no way I'll ever figure this out.
I have great aunts that are on Facebook. My great aunts and my great uncle are both on there.
Really?
And it's so weird. Like,
but it's super cool for that because that's the reason most of us like Facebook a lot anyway. You know, we use it a little bit for business and a little bit for self-help. But
right.
at the same time, yeah, that's
but that actually brings me to actually it was a joke. I know that I posted on Facebook one day that my 11-year-old didn't want me to post something on Instagram, but she said I could post on Facebook because the younger generation, they have no desire whatsoever for Facebook anymore. They say it's for old people.
Yep. And see, I'm learning, of course I got into Snapchat because of the pictures, but now I'm starting to figure out a little bit how to use it actually. It's not that I've been using it, but I've caught myself actually I'm just learning how to navigate around it.
Oh, yes, I am too. In fact, today, I was sitting there with my youngest daughter. And so I was like, when I send this to you, it's like, do you see it like moving, because where some of the, effects are moving? And she was like, no, Mom. She was like, you have to hold the button and actually video
I
it
learned that
moving.
today too.
I
promise. I was like, how about that? I learned
I
it
said
today.
this whole time I thought I was sending you the moving part, and instead I was sending her still shots.
How about that? We're getting, a little bit more tech savvy.
Yes.
Alex would be proud of us.
Of course.
He'd be like, Snapchat, really? But in a lot different. Yeah, he has the accent. So,
well, I've gotten more into Instagram too because I set up an Instagram, years ago. And for the longest time I had like 4 pictures, and so now I'm doing a little bit more of that.
Yeah, I really like Instagram. I've been using that for a minute. Scotty, started using it a good bit. And then once you start messing with it, and there's some pretty cool stuff on there, if you subscribe to the things that you like, like workouts, I get a lot of quick, like 5-minute workout. You'll see them post a little video on there. Of course, it'll be sped up.
Right.
But, and you can kind of connect to their websites and stuff like that. So, and recipes, Well,
that's like with Instagram. Did you know there was even a chat on there?
No, I did not know that.
That's what they do. That's how Zoe talks to everybody.
Oh, really?
It's like Instagram chat. And I was like, I didn't even know Instagram had a chat.
Well, just dang.
I know.
We're going to have to start chatting on Instagram.
Because she was like, well, I found out, something from somebody. And I was like, how'd you do that? And I was like, do you have their phone number? And she's like, oh, no, I have their Instagram. We talked through there. And I was like,
Well, I'm just going to have to start chatting with you on Instagram. I'm going to do a Snapchat picture. And what's crazy about Snapchat is Zaylee even knows how to do it now.
Yes,
look, let's Snapchat each other when we sit here. We'll post it on Ladies Talk.
But of course, Zaylee also knows how to call
Yes, she does. She's now though. Every time she makes a phone call, she thinks she's supposed to be FaceTiming.
Yes,
so
she does
she
do
waves
that.
at the phone and stuff like
Yes.
that. So
Like the times that she's talked to you when I've had her and be like, "Hey, Nana," like waving to the phone. It's like, no, Nana's not there.
No. But I remember my nieces used to think that my brother lived in the computer when he was working overseas.
Oh my gosh.
So that right there was kind of no, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to video it. I messed up too. I'm going to video and do it. If y'all don't have Snapchat, I'm not saying like you get on there and share a whole bunch of stuff, but the little features, if you didn't already know it, is absolutely hilarious. And I'm going to make a video and post it to ladiestalk. If I can figure it out.
You can't figure it out?
I can figure it out. Okay, there's the one like with the dogs. So save that one. Oh no, that's better. And how about the little fancy feature to where it makes you look like you don't have?
That's the one I just sent you.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, I did the fancy feature. Oh, that's cool.
I'm going to go ahead and share it in my story too. If y'all have Snapchat, make sure you add us. You know what's weird about that too is it comes up the way I have you saved in my phone.
Yes,
you know?
if you add them by contacts instead of
okay.
by their like it does that.
Because I was like, I wonder if this chick knows she spelled her name wrong. But really, I spelled her name wrong. She didn't spell her name wrong. Leave it up to me. But there was something else that I was going to share with you, and I should really take notes. But again, y'all feel free to message us on the Ladies Talk page if there's a topic that you would like to discuss. And outside of our just, we're just kind of hanging out and talking, and we're just glad to have all of you with us. So it's Monday night.
Yes, it is Monday night.
Yep. It's Monday night. Did you know that?
I think I did.
Did you know that? If not, I just told you.
Are you really still Snapchatting?
I was going to see what the new one for the day. Oh, it's a cat on top of your head.
And then there's a cowboy with guns.
Oh, hi. I can't see my eyes. No, that's funny.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
So I learned about a new cheese today. Sounds a little bit crazy, but you may not remember this because I don't know if you've been around long enough to ever have heard of the spaghetti factory. It used to be in Atlanta. It's closed now, but it was I remember going there, and it was just a really kind of cool looking place, and you could go in there and you get spaghetti, salad. They brought you a little thing of sherbet and a drink, and it was all extremely reasonable, but it was a pretty cool place to go. It was called the Spaghetti Factory. Yes. But today a lady come in and she was asking me if we had Mazurta cheese. And I'm probably saying that all wrong too, but it's spelled Mizithra. And I was like, no. And she said, well, she's like, I can't seem to find it anywhere. She's like, and she was saying this is a dish that you could get for years at the Spaghetti Factory. And it was made with this cheese. And she was explaining that you just take spaghetti noodles and browned butter and this cheese, and you cook it together. And I was like, well, I don't know, but it sounded like it might. Well, I like cheese, I like feta cheese and stuff like that too. And I started reading the recipe, and I think I want to try that. But this cheese is like really hard to find, apparently. We don't have it at Kroger, and I've been doing this for a while, and I had never heard of it. But it says that it's similar to a pico romano, so I might try that and do it. Anyway, I just thought I'd talk about food for a second. Actually, where I had searched for this information for this customer, it was still open in my phone. So if anybody's ever tried that, let me know what you think about it. I was thinking, why not?
And that's the thing with cheeses. There is so many different kinds that,
I used to know of only like cheddar cheese or the one like you would open in a wrapper.
That's more like my will. Oh, no. American cheese? No. In the wrapper? That is not cheese.
No.
I cannot stand
it. But that's the only cheese I ever knew about.
Yeah.
So to me, it was cheese. I was like, just the yellow cheese, the orange cheese that comes out of the wrapper. Because it's not even yellow. It says it's called Yellow American, but it's not yellow.
Right.
But here's a fun fact. I went through some training with Boar's Head, probably 15 years ago. I've been saying 10 years ago for about 6 years, so I'm guessing it's about 15, 16 years ago. And they teach you how all of their products made. And if any of you are familiar with Boar's Head, you know that they're like all natural, like no preservatives, no nitrates, no fillers and things like that when it comes to their product. Well, 99% of it. Well, anyway, whenever you learn what some of those things are, you appreciate the fact you'll buy Boar's Head. But one of the interesting facts about American cheese was the only thing different between yellow cheese and white cheese is they use what's called an annatto seed, and it has absolutely no flavor, and it just colors the cheese. Now, I'm saying this is with the Boar's Head cheese. Now, other cheeses, like Kraft or whatever, they may use actually a coloring or something. But they said that that's really the only difference between white American and yellow American cheese. So what they did was they had us taste it without looking at it,
Right.
and see if we could tell a difference. And I couldn't. But I'm telling you, I can tell a difference. Like when I buy American cheese, I buy white American.
Well, I assume, like you were saying, you don't know what Kraft or anybody else does, but I'm assuming that Kraft does have artificial colors because they removed it 3 months ago from their mac and cheese.
Oh, really?
They removed artificial coloring, and it's weird because it's still orange, but it's more like a burnt orange color now.
Oh, really?
Instead of the bright orange that it used to be.
Does it taste any different?
Nope, not a bit.
Well, I've just decided to Google it for a second, and it says typically yellow to orange American cheese is made with cheeses such as cheddar or Colby cheeses that are seasoned with annatto, while white American cheese is made with cheeses such as white cheddar or jack cheese, which does not contain annatto. And see, that's basically what Boar's Head was saying is that, but still, that there is difference, though. That's basically saying one's made with cheddar or Colby, which is more of a sharp cheese, and they must put just a little bit of that and a lot of all the other stuff. And the other's actually made with. So there you go. But during that class, I also learned what fillers were. Do you know what fillers are that they use?
In shredded cheese?
No, in meats.
Oh, no. I know what fillers they use in shredded cheese.
What fillers do they use in shredded cheese?
Wood chips?
No, that's not true.
I am serious. I am dead serious.
Really, Ashley?
Yes, I am serious. I will.
You already know.
I will.
You already have Googled it. I seen something like that, and they were referring to the grated, or Parmesan cheese or whatever, and it said something to do with sawdust, but it seems like I read it, and it wasn't quite what you would.
It is it's the scientific name for it, but it still is the same thing.
Well, fillers, whenever you buy like packaged sandwich meat or even a cheap deli meat, and if it's something that has fillers in it, like they took this cup, it was like a 12-ounce cup, and they put this powder in it, and then they added water to the cup, just a little bit of water. And whenever they did, it like filled up with this clear gel that kind of like overflowed the cup. And everybody's like, okay, so what does that have to do with deli meat? And of course, this is how they started off that segment, speaking of fillers. But they said that that's what's used to fill, like, because it's kind of heavy. Right. And we're like, well, that's interesting. And it's just a clear gel. Well, come to find out, and it's called keratin. So if you ever like look on an ingredient label, let me see the proper spelling of that. But it says that keratin is also the same ingredient that they use in baby diapers to absorb liquid. Have you ever seen baby diapers, like the little gel that'll come out the side? Mm-hmm. It's the same ingredient that they use in baby diapers. And that's gross. Actually, and they've used it for years, but it's really bleached seaweed. And they said that it's, doesn't harm you or anything, but still, I was like, yeah.
Okay. Well, while you're looking that up, I will straighten out the whole wood thing, okay?
Okay.
What is put into shredded cheese is called wood pulp. It is actually extracted from the wood, and actually very, very common in shredded cheese.
Well, how about that? See, I
Yes.
knew that it was something, but it's not like they went out there and got a tree and crumbled that
Well,
picture.
no, I mean, and I knew that.
Well,
but
people-
still, but yeah,
Some people, in fact, honestly, I had a lady come in the other day and she was wanting to buy some sort of Parmesan or whatever. And I was showing her the shaved Parmesan. And she's like, but doesn't that have wood chips in it? I was like, no. No, she said sawdust in it.
right.
I
Well, I
see.
mean, when you take a block and you shred it yourself, of course it doesn't have the stuff in it. It's just in the pre-packaged processed.
But I think that's more like the craft, like you would go over there and buy off the the non-refrigerated aisle.
Oh, yes.
We have a caller. Hello, you reached Ladies Talk on Just for Fun Radio.
Okay. Let me get my teeth around some dental work that I just had done and say, don't you laugh. Don't you laugh. It's not funny.
Oh, did you really have some dental work done?
Yes, I went into what I thought was a simple toothache and walked out looking like a lot of other people that live in this state, and I'm not really impressed.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not one bit. So I'm waiting on a phone call from this dentist.
I bet
But
you
anyway.
are. I'm sorry to hear that. Dang, Tammy.
Oh, so am I. Trust me. I will not look in the mirror and will not go outside. It's not happening. No, not in this
Oh
lifetime.
man, yeah, that would be
But
tough. Yeah.
Are we going to talk about cheese all night, or are we going to talk about something fun?
Oh, well, let's go ahead and talk about. Oh, well, you don't want to talk about cheese?
No, I don't want to talk about cheese.
What do you want to talk about? We can do some dentist bashing if you want to.
Hey, I can definitely get into that.
I hate you're going through that, but we were thinking about touching base on the opinion of medicating your children, because there's a lot of that going on. I mean, I went through it whenever my kids were little, in fact, and some people have strong opinions and views on that. My son, just a great example, my son, whenever he was like 5 or 6 years old, the teachers wanted to diagnose him with ADD, ADHD. And at the time, I felt like he just needed to mature a little bit. He's a little boy, he has a lot of energy. But they even went so far as to, they did their own testing at school and stuff like that. And I took him to the doctor, and he, I took him to the doctor. Is your radio on behind you?
Yeah, it's across the
okay.
room. Do I need to turn it down?
Yeah, we're just getting like feedback from it all. Sorry. But anyway, I took him to his pediatrician, and the pediatrician, agreed with me that he just needed to grow up a little bit. He was only like 5 or 6 years old, and let him, there you go. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry about that.
And it's okay. And let the doctor test him. Doctor said he didn't need it. So he goes back to school. The teachers continue to insist, or a teacher, not teachers, a teacher, that he needed to be on medication. So she went so far as to report me for medically neglecting my child. And, yep, to Family and Children's Services, that kind of thing. And now keep in mind, this is almost 20 years ago. But either way, with that being said, back then they were prescribing Ritalin a lot for ADHD.
That's what they put my son on, and the side effects of it were horrible.
Yes. Yep.
He was on it about 3 weeks, and I took him off of it, and they said, you either put him back on it or we will remove him from the Beaufort County school system. And I said, then remove him.
Good for you. I ended
and
up.
now they have my granddaughter on Concerta and is diagnosed as ADHD, and she has been on it since kindergarten, and she's now in the 5th grade.
Wow.
And now she is immune to the Concerta. So now they're going to start playing around with different drugs to find out what is going to work for her to keep her focused and concentrated at school. my personal old school opinion is, and a lot of people are going to be upset with this, if they would bring paddling back in school, so many children would not need to be medicated.
I agree. I mean, to a certain extent, I do agree with that.
To a certain extent,
Yeah,
yes, to a
yeah.
certain extent.
I mean,
The child knows that it has that there are consequences for its ridiculous behavior in a classroom. Then they're not going to act like that.
I agree. I agree. I mean, I think a lot of times now the teachers are dealing with larger classes, and I just feel like they, especially whenever you're dealing with elementary school kids, I mean, it's like they just expect them just to come in there and just sit down in class and just be perfect, quiet, listen to me, children. And if they are, the least little bit rambunctious or, disturb class or whatever, they immediately want to, a lot of times, prototype.
Give that kid a pill. Give that kid a pill. Give that kid a pill.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I had heard, and I don't know how true it is, and I don't know if it's from, state to state or whatever, but I had heard whenever I was going through this with my son that because they also will loop them into the special ed program at that point. And whenever they do that, the schools receive, funding for each special ed student that they get or that they have.
Oh, interesting.
So I was like, that's kind of yeah. Go ahead.
That just came up in a meeting between me and my granddaughter's teacher 2 weeks ago. So that's interesting to know.
Yep, I felt as if, because the next thing you know, they were wanting to try and do the same thing to my oldest daughter. Now she never did take any medication or anything like that, but it did a lot of things to my son. He since it was Ritalin, he would have to take it twice a day. And so I was expected to give it to him in the morning before he goes to school. And like his teacher would ask him, "Did your mom give you your medicine?" And I thought that was just so rude. Well, then he would have to go up to the office for the second pill. And this caused him to have issues at school because kids would pick on him for that. They would be like, and so that was causing him to have basically a personality disorder. I'm not saying that it did help Chris focus a little bit. I will admit that. But I just didn't think it was the school's choice to force me into, doing something like that with my kid. And
no, it shouldn't be.
I think he should have been allowed to grow up a little bit more.
Right. It's like my granddaughter. Yes, she does have ADHD. Yes, getting her to focus, to sit still, close her mouth, do her work, it is an issue. But I do not think that a pill is the answer.
Right.
More structure, more one-on-one, more, look, this is,
Well, another problem you have is they start to depend on it, and later on they use it as a crutch sometimes. Because like my son, he got to the point to where he was old enough to use it as an excuse or a reason. He'd be like,
"Oh, I thought mine was the only one that did that."
Yeah, he would be like,
I couldn't control myself. I couldn't control myself.
I don't know. It was right before I was supposed to go take the rest of my medicine, and I'd be like, "Chris, why didn't you go to class?" Because he would get lost in between classes. I mean, I remember them having to walk him from class to class.
Right.
So, I mean, and he had behavior issues is what it was. And still to this day, I'm going to go ahead and just be honest about it. My son is 22 years old and I love him, but he still to this day has a problem with authority. He doesn't like to be told what to do. And, I mean, a lot of times he just does exactly the opposite. I mean, he's always had pretty decent respect for me because I'm mom, but you take him, outside of me for the most part, you put him in a school environment or a work environment. He doesn't like being told what to do,
Yeah, exactly.
And like you said a minute ago, that goes back to discipline. If they know that, hey, if I don't do that, there's going to be some consequences And that's kind of why
Mm-hmm.
he does okay with me, but he doesn't do so well with other people.
Mm-hmm.
But
They know Mama brought you into the world. Mama take you out the world.
yeah.
That's, but they also know that nobody else is going to take that stand.
And how about this? Like whenever he was in the special ed program in school, I would find like if he didn't do the work or whatever, like, okay, to where I would have to do something and in order to make an A, I would have to at least, get 9 out of 10 right. They
Mm-hmm.
would they had different types of grading and scoring and stuff like that. And I'm like, really?
Yes.
You are not holding my child to the best of his ability at this point. You're just allowing him and giving him room to be, just as little as he can be. You're not pushing him. And that really, really
Exactly.
bothered me with that whole program. I mean, I was just, and I felt like it just made him kind of lazy as far as his education goes.
It's like my little one. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She has made honor roll the last 2 grade card periods in a row. And that's doing regular courses with the rest of the class. Now, 2 weeks ago, when the teacher brought up special ed, at the same time that she brought that up, she cut her amount of work in half that she has to do.
Right.
Instead of doing 20 math problems a night, now she only has to do 10.
That's
well,
right.
She made the honor roll twice in a row doing 20. Now, all of a sudden, we're down to 10 because you want to do this special ed.
Yep.
So I'm glad to know that it's got to do with funding because I was trying to figure out.
Yep. Do a little bit of research on your county there, but I have a feeling that that's most likely in most counties because, yeah, I mean, I found this out I was a girl that worked with the Board of Education and she shed light to me about that. And I was like, well, how interesting. And then I noticed like every time both of my girls, they did the same thing with them. I just never folded or never I gave in, which my son made it hard not to give in because he was being, he was hyper. I mean, he definitely did have ADHD. But my thing is I don't think going straight to medicating them is the answer.
No.
Well, there's so many different options. I have a little nephew that has ADHD, and my sister has, they've opted not to do medication, and he's on a strict diet. There's actual foods that you can tell when he's had those foods.
Yeah, they say gluten-free. They say gluten is bad.
It's not just gluten though, but there's, certain colored dyes. There's, of course, high fructose corn syrup is awful for them. I mean, there's so much stuff that, she's looked up recipes, because still wanting him to be a kid and, how to make our own fruit roll-ups that he can have and, stuff like that. I mean, instead of buying what's out there.
Yep, I've heard. I mean,
it's like her. If she gets anything red, she is off the charts.
Yes, red is awful for them.
That's interesting.
Unfortunately, that's all she wants. She wants red fruit roll-ups, red Powerades when she goes to soccer, red this. It's like, no, you can't have that. You can't have chocolate. You can't have this. No. But back to the pills. She had been in kindergarten at the age of 5. She was 5 years old. She had been in school 2 weeks when the teachers decided she needed to be medicated. Now, you know my child 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you can determine that she needs to be on medication.
Right.
Yeah.
You're dealing with a whole classroom of kids, but in 2 weeks' time, you have made the decision. Wait a minute, I can't keep my tongue in my mouth. I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what? The fact that you're laughing and through it, it's just...
I wasn't laughing last week, trust me. I was there bawling my face off. I was like, oh, no, you just did not.
I bet. I mean, that right there, yeah. Anytime you're dealing
I
with
even had the dentist crying. Even the day he was like, "Oh, please stop crying." I was like, "Oh, look what you did."
Wow.
No, I look like everybody else around here. This is I'm from Detroit, and I'm sure they all got their teeth.
I'm from Detroit. No, that's funny. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm from Georgia, and there's quite a few that don't have their teeth, you know. But hey, I would be
don't
purchasing me some.
Don't you just love when the newscasters decide that they're going to interview somebody? Those are the people that they put on the news.
Yeah, but you know, there's
Every
a few
time.
of them that have gotten pretty made some money.
Yeah, they have gotten
What's
famous.
that one lady?
The I don't got time for that.
Yeah,
That-
Sweet Georgia Brown or something
Yeah.
like that. 'Cause ain't nobody got time for that.
And then there's the fire one. What was
Ain't
that
that
one?
it? I went downstairs because I thought I smelled some barbecue or something like that.
No, it was like there
I
was one. It
ran
was
so
like
fast.
not long ago. Yeah, because that
Oh
wasn't her.
yeah. To me, I felt like that lady was trying to mimic the original.
Oh yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. Tammy, you are. It's really, really good to hear from you. I know. I mean, I haven't got to hear from you in a while, so I'm glad you called in.
There's been a lot going on. I just haven't. Nah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad
A
you're taking a
whole lot.
minute tonight. I understand though. You know what? We are, girl. If we could talk about all of us, everything, all three, just the three of us have going on, I bet you we could probably be here all night or more. But it's cool that we can just take a second just like this and just chill, even if it's just for an hour or so, and just talk about cheese and stuff, you know.
I want to talk about cheese.
Cheese.
I can't say that word.
So, are you a Prince fan? Were you a Prince fan, Tammy?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Isn't that crazy? I tell you what, that really
That's all I've been doing is YouTube and Purple Rain and When the Doves Cry and the Little Red Corvette and Kiss and.
Well, this next
song.
song.
What's really. Excuse me.
Oh, go ahead. I'm listening.
What's really sad is during my time when Prince was actively on stage,
right?
I never realized until after he passed away, and I went to YouTube and started watching his videos, what an awesome guitar player he was.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Most definitely.
Yes.
How I miss that is beyond me. It's just astounding the way that he can bend those strings.
I agree. There was a lot of things I did not know about him until now, and it kind of makes you rethink life in general, because I think it's unfortunately there's a lot of situations like that, you know, like maybe I should have paid a little more attention to him while he was here, you know, instead of now learning all this stuff. But I do think it's pretty awesome that people like Prince and Whitney Houston and so many that we have lost, they live on through their music. So, you know, I'd like to live on through a song. Maybe I need to write a song and sing it.
Oh, that's what we need to do. Yeah.
Yep.
The West Virginia Toothless Wonder versus the Georgia DJs.
I tell you what, sounds like a plan. We'll all start writing our own lyrics and we'll put them together and see what we come up with.
I don't know who's going to sing them.
No, we're going to sing our own ones. Like this week, yeah.
Well, I can't sing anything till I get some teeth back in my face.
Okay, well, that gives us a minute. We're going to have to wait until Tammy gets her teeth fixed. And then whenever she gets her teeth fixed, we're all going to meet right back here. And I'm going to write a little verse. And Tammy, you put together your little verse, and Ashley. And we'll sing it and we'll see how it comes out.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, Tammy, we're going to take a quick break, but this song coming up, I think you might enjoy it. This is a mashup that Scotty has here on Just for Fun Radio and it's James Brown versus Prince. So enjoy this for just a few minutes, everybody, and you're listening to Ladies Talk and we will be right back. Thank you, Tammy, so much.
Yes, thank
It
you.
was great to talk to you again.
All right, sweets. We'll talk to you short. We'll talk to you soon, I hope, okay?
Okay,
All right,
okay.
keep listening,
Bye-bye.
and all right, goodbye. All right, everybody, hang tight. You're listening to Ladies Talk. We'll be right back.
It was already 8 o'clock. Playing a song. Look, look, I just found this.
Yeah.
Love you, Ashley.
Almost nice. I know. $19.99 is like still like my favorite song.
Oh, really?
What were you saying?
Makes me like, oh, weird. You know,
But
Tammy's listening.
look, now it says 1.
That's because me.
Oh, now it says 0. So it's only showing people that are near.
Maybe that's
Whatever.
I do.
We need to, you know what we need to do? We need to come up with a good list of songs that, like, for Ladies Talk. Because we only get, like... All right, what are we going to talk about when we get back? That's too heavy of a one for the last 30 minutes. That's too heavy. Like, oh, I'm trying to think of something good. Like, finish out with that will take us like 30 minutes, you know?
All right, all right, all right. We're back. We don't have our headphones on, but we're back.
We're just a little slow.
And you know, we were talking about proms. Have you noticed how much like the style has changed, like with proms? Like I came across this picture, I think, on Instagram, and there was this guy, like, and I've seen this a couple different times, but he had like really short pants on, like high waters.
Really?
Yes, like, and he was dressed. I don't know. It just seemed like they're intentionally doing it, like it's some sort of little stylish something. And they had the little bow ties on,
Right.
and they had the like weird glasses, like the big rimmed glasses, like costume glasses, but they're wearing them not really because they need them, but because it's a fashion statement. But like these girls were in like these beautiful gowns and just gorgeous. And the guy is a good looking guy, but he's wearing this, like his pants look like they shrunk up like 3 inches, like they were way above his ankle.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No.
Oh my gosh, I wish I would have saved it because I was like, what is going on? Which I know you go through fashion trends and the style changes and stuff. Like the girls, you know, a lot of them are wearing those 2-piece dresses now.
Yes, I have seen that.
That looks like really, I mean, if you got it, you know, you can wear it. Now, I don't know too much, like it would have to be like senior prom or for older girls maybe. And some of them actually show like belly buttons and stuff.
Right.
And then you start thinking like, where'd the dress code go for these prom dances and stuff? Because it's unreal. And like you were saying, like when I used to go to, I mean, senior prom and stuff like that, everybody would dress all up and get limos and stuff for, but now they're doing that. They're doing it for homecoming proms. I mean, homecoming prom used to, the only people who dressed up were the people who were on homecoming court.
Right.
Everybody else just kind of went semi-casual, you know?
Oh, I
But
understand.
now, I mean, they're all shoot limos and Hummer limos, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
I mean, limos are the only thing that really has been like actually sent to the parents. We cannot have those at 8th grade dance.
oh yeah.
Like that's how serious it's gotten. It's crazy.
I remember I had my Suburban then, and you know it was all black and everything, and you know, Suburbans are kind of long, so I remember chaperoning or making sure that they got to and from the 8th grade dance for Ashley, and then like the next year, and even in high school, you know, there was a dance that she would go to, and I was like, "You want me to drive you?" "No, Mom." "Drive me?" I was like, "What do you mean I can't drive you?"
Well, I mean, Trinity even has a friend. She's having a before and after party at her house. So,
Wow.
yeah.
We definitely didn't have prom parties in middle school. I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't even know if I ever got. Well, yeah, you know, but there was an after party. So now they're pre-gaming before the prom, huh?
Yeah, I mean, and that's more or less for pictures and to, I guess make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
everybody looks good and stuff like that. But I mean, as far as I know, I mean, it's all out,
Yeah.
everybody's invited kind of thing, but which is cool.
Yeah, around here, they've always met at different places. I know that they meet up on the square in Covington, like at the courthouse and stuff.
Yeah, the square has always been a big thing in Covington.
And Floyd Street, there's a house here called Floyd Street. Got these really big, nice, old,
Yes.
I don't know, antebellum style, like something you'd see
Right.
Gone with the Wind or something. These
Mhm.
big, nice homes. And I guess these people are just okay with all these kids just gathering up around their house taking pictures because they do. I mean, that's a lot. And now they go over, well, they always have gone to the park a lot and did pictures. And that's one thing I wish that I would have. I don't know. I just wish I wouldn't have tried to grow up so fast or, had to grow up fast or whatever, so to speak. Because I didn't do any of that.
Right.
No, I didn't. I kind of vicariously lived. I mean, I've did it several times with my kids, but my son, he never went to prom. He just never really, I don't even know that he ever really wanted to. He never even said anything about going. I was like, really? No, my girls, on the other hand. Yeah.
I homeschooled and I still went to prom twice.
Did you really?
Yes, I
Good
did.
for you. We joked a while back, we were talking about hosting a prom.
Yes. I
Like for
remember
our age and like
yes.
maybe doing it at, Social House or someplace like that. And, just make it
That'd be cool.
an adult prom. I don't know what
Huh.
you'd call it. We'd have to call it something.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool though.
Oh, I want to see how Scotty would ask you to prom.
Oh, how much? Be like, okay, here's a prom. So invites to everybody, and you literally have to ask out. I've never been asked out to prom.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, he'd have to get. That is almost kind of scary though, because you never know what he might come up with.
Right.
Oh wow.
That
But
would be
to like
cool.
be able to dress nice and get your hair and your nails done and everything and go. We could still, possibly make that happen.
I think we should.
It would be fun.
Yes.
A just for fun prom.
Yes.
A prom just for fun at Social House in historic Porterdale. Look, we already got the commercial and
Look,
everything going.
ta-da!
Ta-da! That's not really a bad idea.
I'm all for it.
We're going to have to take a little note of that and maybe try to see what we can't do to make that happen. And we could the girls could hang out on this side and the guys could hang out on that side.
Yes.
And see who's going to ask who to dance first. Be texting Scotty, you better ask me. Or he asked her.
I'm busy.
That could be a lot of fun because if you think, you could have invite, everybody.
Right.
And single guys and single girls, and you never know who, what might happen in a situation like that. And we're old enough to drink now. We don't even have to hide and drink. I mean, that's what we want. Whenever you're
Right.
a senior, you got to kind of sneak. Who's going to get us some alcohol?
I understand.
That's hilarious. Okay. My mind got to kind of thinking all kinds of stuff we could do. That could be a lot of fun.
Yeah. We might have to start working on that and then come up with a date later. Hey, we already have a plan.
Yeah. I have no doubt that Dusty and Todd, they would be all up for having it at Social House. I'm sure they think that would be kind of fun too.
Yes.
I think it wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be that hard to get people on board. I mean, maybe we could start thinking about it and yeah.
One thing I do not want is a corsage.
No, you got to have a corsage.
No.
I've never had one.
Oh my gosh, I hate those
want
things.
one. I think I want one of those you put on your wrist and wear.
Yeah, that's a corsage.
Yeah, but well, yeah, I'm older than you, but they used to actually have them. Where they tried to pin them on the dress and stuff too, but that's too gaudy.
Some people still wore them like that, and then of course the guys always had
we
have a
could
single
pick out a
flower.
color, and then I'd have to, Scotty could get matching bow tie colors, my dress and stuff like that.
Wow,
That would be so much fun.
I know it would.
Oh,
Yes,
that was pretty cool.
we will.
Prom pictures.
Yes, we will definitely start talking more about that.
So have you ever totally changing subject here. But they were selling the candles, like you buy them and they melt them down and you get the rings
Yes.
inside. And now there's the bath bombs. Like some sort of bath bomb. I mean, I've never bought one, but I've seen them online or whatever. But you put them in the water and they dissolve in the water, and then some of them have rings and stuff in them.
Some of them do,
Or
it's
maybe
not
all
guaranteed.
of them. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess I need to
Because I
read a
know
little
the
bit more about
candles were like guaranteed, but you could get like a $3 ring up to like a $5,000 ring, and I was like, oh yeah, that $5,000 ring.
Yeah.
It's like, I bet it doesn't exist.
I've never done it, but I've seen pictures of people's jewelry, and it doesn't look bad.
Mm-mm.
It really doesn't.
I thought about them.
Yep.
Trying one just to
But
see.
I just am wondering how safe those bath bombs are. Is what I was getting at. I mean, I don't mean this to sound disgusting. I like a bath to like relax and just kind of unwind in, but I don't like to bathe in a bathtub. Like even if I take a bath, I get
No.
up and I shower.
Yeah.
I mean, I never just take a bath.
Yeah, I only like soak.
Yeah, and I just think those might be a little bit unhealthy, to put in the water with you.
Well, I mean, they say bubble baths and all that's unhealthy too.
That's true. Yep.
So
I mean,
it's no different.
Growing up, I had a lot of issues. I couldn't wear, had to have like cotton panties and stuff like that. I couldn't have anything with silk. I mean, I was always, and a certain bath soap and things they washed my clothes in. I outgrew a lot of that as I got older. But I guess I just have never been accustomed to just taking baths. But when I seen those, I guess that's one of the first things I started thinking about was, I don't know if I'd be wanting to sit in a tub full of water with whatever that thing's made of.
I would like stick it in the sink and let it
Me
just dissolve
too.
and just get the ring.
Me too, yeah. Yep, without a doubt. That's funny. So, there was something else I was getting ready to say, and my ADD kicked in. That's funny.
Speaking of.
Enough. But
oh wow, I still have the prom thing going through my head.
we would have to theme it. We would have to come up with a theme for the prom because all proms have themes,
Right.
So that right there would be fun. Just putting all that together.
You know what it reminds me of though? Have you ever watched that movie, Never Been Kissed?
I don't know that I have.
Really? With Drew Barrymore?
Nope. I don't think so.
Oh
I mean,
my
maybe I need to, huh?
gosh. Like, you so need to watch that movie. I love that movie.
Speaking of movies, anything that you've watched lately that I need to watch? I mean, the last movie that Scotty and I really watched was The Longest Ride with Scott Eastwood. Oh,
yes.
I'm telling
He
you.
looks so like his daddy.
He is gorgeous, though.
He is gorgeous.
Yeah. And, he's going to be in Fast and Furious, the new one that's
Yes,
coming
I
out.
saw that.
So I'm curious to see. I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing that. So that right there is going to be.
I don't know. It's going to be hard for me to watch that movie, though. Fast and Furious?
Well,
because, I mean, it's just one of those things. Well, yeah, but at least he was still in there. Paul was still in there.
Yeah.
And at least they, left it with his memory and everything. But, wow, for it just continued on without him.
Right. Let's see who's calling. I got it. Hello, Ladies Talk.
Good evening.
Well, good evening.
Hello.
It's the one and only.
Yes, we hear you.
We've missed you, Jeff,
And,
like last
and the
week.
world is lucky that there's only one of me.
Yeah, I'm just going to agree with you, okay?
I'm on my way home to see her. My daughter ran out of gas, went up to get her back on the road, and had to stop and do some Krogering. And they didn't realize I was in my fuzzy little slippers, so it was kind of fun Krogering in my slippers.
Hey, that's the thing now. I think half the people that walk into most Kroger or any of the stores there, some sort of pajama attire is on.
Exactly. It's not Walmart, so I kept it cool.
There you
I just
go.
went in with my slippers. So. But I just want to state that I've got y'all a new listener now. Actually, I think I got you too.
Oh, cool. That is awesome. Can you say who it is, or does it doesn't matter?
It sounds bad. I don't remember the gentleman's name.
Oh, it's okay.
It was a friend of my daughter's that was kind enough to stop and stay with her until I got there.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
need to actually chat some personal business with Scott and mention about the radio station and start talking to him about it. And it's like, oh yeah, it's a free app on your phone. This is it. Pull it up. And I feel bad. I completely forgot it was ladies' night, and it comes up, and y'all are just yakking away.
Oh,
and it's
boy.
like, oh yeah, that's right. It's ladies' night. He goes, oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah, you can learn something about your girlfriend. So you just tune in. He goes, okay. So he starts to download your app on his phone right then.
Oh, wow. Now, how about that?
So
Well, Jeff, you are really
pretty
cool like
awesome.
that. Yeah, you're always. I mean, you have to be probably one of the most loyal people.
I got to support the one that supports me. I haven't been able to listen much to any of the shows, the morning show, the night shows, anything lately. I've been on the run so much.
Right.
I'll get in, I'll cut it on while I'm at the computer, 20, 30 minutes maybe, and then I'm starting to run and coming back, and I'll catch half of what Scotty says. That's the worst thing to do, is ever catch half of what he says.
You are right about that, because you will. There's no telling what you're going to catch or what part. I mean, not from Scotty, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get them tested once a month.
Oh my gosh, if he's
But
listening.
anyway,
we'll
I
know
cut
in
on
a
the
minute.
show and I heard you talking. And I was like, heard Ash. I was like, oh my God, that's right. It's ladies' night. Hadn't listened to it in forever, so I just want to call in, chime in, and say, hey, girls.
Well, hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
So how about this? Ashley and I may be going the week that y'all are going to be going on your little road trip. We're looking to put together possibly I would love to leave like Wednesday morning and come back Sunday, because I can't have that time off work. But I don't know if it'll work out like that financially.
Right.
So I think we may be going towards South Carolina for Friday night and Saturday night. And of course, Zaylee will be with us, and Ashley's two girls. But anyway, that's kind of developed since the last time we talked to you, and I'm excited about that.
That would be awesome. I'm excited. I would love to have Bree go. I mean, she's just, the hours that I put in, she's so supportive of me and takes care of the house and the kids and the finances and all that. And for her to be able to turn around and say, okay, yeah, you know what, you can take off for 4 days and go do this man thing, I've been wanting her to do this for so long. After we started meeting the Just for Fun family, and Ashley and Abby and all of y'all, it's like, baby, you need to have a ladies' night. Just all the women go out and have a good time, all the guys, and just relax and enjoy yourselves. Y'all do so much for us guys that not all of us always show our appreciation for, but deep down inside we do. I'd be lost without my wife.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Well,
and I think y'all deserve it. I mean, you keep up with Zaylee, you keep up with the house, your job, your inventories, which seems like every 3 days.
I know. It does feel like that. They do make me do it once a month now, which really stinks. But right now, it's just kind of like up in the air. Like, we want to go. We've tossed out a few different options, but it would be nice, like, for the girls to go. But then it's kind of hard for us to go at the same time, because we do have Zaylee and the kids to take care of. Yeah. But, and then here in Newton or Rockdale County, they go back to school. So then we have that. They'll be in school that time too. So, but we are kind of trying to look at dates and come up with something.
And that's what stinks. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, it sounds bad, but it's cool as being guys, because we don't have nearly those kind of worries as you as moms, and whether single moms, married moms, or whatever, y'all still have the kids in the household to take care of. So
Yeah,
it's like, a lot tougher for y'all to plan a trip.
It's very tough, because I was like, Scotty, well, here's mine and Ashley's dilemma, because
Yes.
if Ashley, like, I can go and Ashley would be with Zaylee, you know, but like I want Ashley to go, because, you know, she's my girl, so I want her to go.
Exactly.
And then Scotty's like, well, if you go, because I was thinking about going a different week, and I named out some dates, and he was like, yeah, he's like, I guess that could work. He's like, but what about Zaylee? And I'm like, well, she can go to daycare this day, this day, and this day. I said, you just take her and drop her off just like I do, and then you pick her up, you know. And he's like,
yeah, he can man up.
Yeah. He's like, oh, okay. And he's like, well, what about Saturday and Sunday? And I'm like, well, You'll just, you know, you just let her hang out with you Saturday, and then Sunday I'll be home.
Well, I know he books out so quick with all his events and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if you plan it in advance, he can say, "Hey, look, I got to take that weekend off. I got to be with my granddaughter."
Yeah.
And let him take the weekend off and take care of her and give you a break. You deserve it.
Yep.
I mean, I think every mom in the world deserves a break.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened with me and my ex-wife, is that she would never ever take that break. And it was just always, it was the house, it was the kids, it was the finances. I always said we didn't have the money, which I knew we did at the time because I made decent money back then.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what, even if it's just for 2 days, and we're at Killian Hill in 78. We went up to the little Super 8 for $49 a night, and we took 2 nights and went over there. You're not looking at the same house. You're not looking at the same mess. It was a break from the routine.
Yeah. That's,
And I think every mom needs that.
I mean, every couple needs that every now and then. Scotty and I have had this
Well,
discussion.
I mean, especially the moms. So, I mean, the moms really, I mean, I know the guys work. I work 6 days a week, sometimes 80 hours a week. So, yes, I do put in a lot of hours, a lot of physical hours. But the mom usually works 24/7. So, y'all got us covered hour-wise.
I'll tell you what, today I worked, not to tell everybody about my boring day, but anyway, since we're on this topic, I worked a full schedule today, which was a pretty busy day at work. And then I got off, ran by my mom's, checked on her really quick because, you know, she had her surgery a few weeks ago. So I'm still trying to check in on her. And then I go and I get Zaylee, and then I come home and I put together dinner, and then we ate, and then I bathed Zaylee. And I took her out and kind of dried her off and loved her for just a second. And now we're on Ladies Talk. So I have not stopped all day.
You never stop. You're like Scott. And oh my God, I can't believe how quick she is growing up, though.
Isn't she look, this is her new thing yesterday. This is really cute because we were in PetSmart and we were walking around, and I pointed to the fish aquarium and I'm like, look, Zaylee, fish, you know, and I kind of pointed to it, and she said, no, don't touch, Nana, no touch. And I'm like, I'm not touching it. I'm just pointing at it. So then for the rest of the day, there were several different times she was like, no touch, Nana, don't touch. And I'm like, I mean, with everything that I would go to touch. So anyway.
Yeah, I think it's pretty. Yeah, I heard Scott talking this morning about him changing channels and all that, and having to say, oh boy, instead of what he wants to really say.
Yeah. Well,
exactly.
I would put her to bed. Whenever I put her to bed, you know, he would like, he's going to put his hand right here. I was like, no, Scotty, no touch.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, I can't believe how quick she's growing up. I mean, all the photos that I always see and everything, it's like, oh my gosh, she's like, looks like she's almost 7 years old now, the way she's growing up so quick.
Yep.
It's insane.
Well,
she's go ahead, ma'am.
Oh, go ahead. Make sure you tell Bree I said hi, or we said hi.
Yes.
Bree is sitting right beside me.
Hi, Bree.
You want to say hey real quick?
Y'all need to
She's not in her head. Yes, so I'm gonna let her say hey too.
Okay, cool.
Oh no, she's looking at me. She almost bit my head off.
It's okay.
You don't want to say hey to Ash?
No, just don't put her on the spot like that. I hate it when people do that.
No, she doesn't want to.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, just tell her we said hi anyway.
She said hey now. She went from hey to hey.
Look, I know that feeling. I can't stand for somebody to try to pass the phone off to me. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Oh, well, I did that to her. I did it to her Saturday. She's with our store closing. We've just been so busy. We're contracting everybody that we can. So she worked with me Saturday in the outlet, and the phone rings, and I look down and I see the name, and it's like, oh my God, I'm not answering this phone. I was like, babe, you answered. I'm gone. And I walked away. I'm not answering that phone.
And you just left her with it?
Yeah, let her chat for a minute, and then she goes, well, I don't know. Hold on, let me check into that. Puts them on hold. She goes, well, the guy's asking about our table. I was like, you know what guy that is? She goes, what guy? I said, you remember you told me that you're not really into black guys, but this is a good-looking black guy, and you would date him in a heartbeat. That's him. She goes, oh, I got this call.
Oh, my gosh.
Just so quick.
No,
so
that's hilarious.
She changed her mind about taking on the phone call real quick. He's a good-looking guy, though. I mean, he's a good-looking black guy. He really is. And It was just funny that he happens to call. I was like, go ahead, take the call, babe.
No, that's
But anyway, you ladies have a great night. Like I said, I was showing the other guy the app, and when I cut it on, y'all were talking. It's like, oh my God, I got to call in and chat for a minute. So I'm pretty sure I've overtalked your commercials. So.
yeah, you're okay. We're just, tonight's been kind of a chill night for us. We haven't really gotten to, excited
Any
about
topics?
anything. We just kind of just doing our thing.
Well, it's like Scotty. I cannot remember the last time he had an actual topic that he dealt with.
No.
But that's kind of cool. That's what the radio station is about. I mean, you just talk about everything. If you stick on one topic, sometimes it'll tend to get like dragging on and boring or whatever. And the fact that he jumps from point to point to point to point is pretty awesome. That's what I love about the show.
Yeah.
I just hate that and that's going to be one of the requisites on my new job is like, you know what? From 7:30 to 10, I got to have my station.
Right.
Or else I don't get hired. Sorry.
Hey, that's really not asking that much, especially if you got earbuds in or something,
Exactly. So, I mean, I hope I have that position where I still can continue the way I normally do, being able to listen whenever I want. If not, I guess I'll just have to go back and replay it at night. This ain't the same.
Well, I think I just know everything's going to work out for you in the long run.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see which way the road's going to take you because I think it's going to be
I'll
just
definitely.
fine.
And I don't know. I've been in the furniture industry 30 years now.
Yeah.
And it's what I know and it's what I love. So, I mean, the way I want to stay in it because that's what excites me. That's what makes me happy. But it also is very tiresome at the same time, just dealing with the damages and making customers happy and then trying to get back with the vendors and you can't get with it. I mean, it's just, there's a lot behind the scenes that it's so draining.
Yeah,
but
if
it's
people
also
knew all the
new.
If people knew all the details that go on behind, particular businesses, because we're just so used to walking into an establishment or a business or whatever, and we just know what we're there for. And that's pretty much all we want to know or need to know. But if you knew what all it took behind the scenes sometimes, it kills me how people walk up, where I work at the deli counter and they have no idea all the pressure you're up under or what's going on. And they just, I forget that they don't know it sometimes. And I just want to be like, really? You're going to sit here and you're going to treat me like that? You have no idea what I'm going through right now.
And that was the reason behind, that was the reason behind my post on Saturday night. Was the guy that came in, he was just all smug and all arrogant and I've got money and all this and just slamming the company and the product and, I can find better quality up and out. Well, if you can find better quality in Alpharetta, why are you in my area shopping?
Oh, I feel you. I get all the time. Well, if I was, or when I go to Publix Day or you know what? Why are you standing in here? If you can go somewhere else and get whatever it is you're wanting, and if you're not happy with what I've got, especially if I'm going above and beyond,
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes I get it.
Exactly. I mean, the guy was buying a $1,700 bed for, I think it was priced at $600.
Oh, wow.
And he was complaining about it. And I was like, seriously. But anyway, I'm willing to sponsor part of the ladies trip whenever y'all get it orchestrated and include Bree and all the texts and messages and all that.
Yeah, I was going to tell you to ask her whenever she gets a second, send something in our group message so I can find it. I cannot find that group message anywhere. I really can't. I don't know if I just lost it or if it's been deleted or whatever, but I can't find it anywhere. So just tell her to.
It's like Scott. I'll text him in the morning. He'll talk about something. He'll make a comment. It's like I'll have the funniest comeback ever. But of course, them being on a 9-second delay, and then by the time my text actually goes through, it's like 30 seconds later. And he'll get it. He goes, well, Jeff just sent this, and I'm not really sure what he means by it. Like that was like a conversation way back. And so I can understand why the messenger would be like hidden well down in the group. So I'll tell her the message.
Yeah, do that because I've been looking at fees and stuff, and like if several, a few of us got together and did it, I mean, we could stay at a nice place for not a whole lot of money. And you're just looking at a couple of nights, so.
She really does deserve it. I mean, so do you. And I mean, not that it's extra cash, but I'll have additional income that I usually wouldn't be counting on, and I'll be willing to part with some of it just so that y'all could have a good time.
Well, we'll all chat and we'll figure it out because I just need to get away for a minute and just breathe. It really would be nice. Everybody needs it. But anyway, Jeff, you're the best. We love you. Thanks so much for calling and chatting with us. And I'll
You're quite
hopefully
welcome.
talk
You
to you
ladies
next
have a
week.
great night.
All
You
right,
too,
y'all
Jeff.
too. Bye, Jeff. Bye, Bree.
Bye, girls.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm trying to hang up my phone. Yeah. Well. Everybody, thank you all so very much for tuning in to Ladies Talk tonight and being patient with us. Thank you, Tammy, for calling. Thank you, Jeff, for calling. We've always got a couple of mics. If anybody ever wants to come in and sit in on the show, feel free to do so because the more the merrier. And if you ever have a topic suggestion or just communicate with us and let's see what we can put together. This coming up weekend in Covington, we'll be driving and crying. It's a music festival that's going on right there in Covington this weekend. The event is on Facebook and we'll be sharing it there as well. Just want to make sure everyone knows about it. I hope. When is Mother's Day?
That's next Sunday.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, next Sunday. What is that? The 8th?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May 8th.
Yep. So if for some reason I don't get to, if something happens and we're not back on here next Monday, you never know what might happen between now and then. But if I don't get the opportunity to say Happy Mother's Day before then, to all the moms out there, Happy Mother's Day. And if you're looking for a unique gift, get with me. My Beth is still doing the letters, which are pretty unique. I actually came across the word smile that was made out of wood, and it's really cool looking. And I'm going to have her put a whole bunch of different pictures on that for me so I can hang it up in the house because it's actually the word smile, and I think it would be pretty neat. So I'll be sharing that. When I came across it today, I was like, ooh, I want that. So, because obviously smile, I like that. That's my thing.
Yes. djsmilez.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, everybody, tomorrow morning, the rest of the week, you got DJ Scotty and the Fun Crew on the morning show, 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Tomorrow night, you can listen in for Alex on Tech Talk and the beautiful Danielle. All our night shows start at 7 p.m. And then Wednesday night, you got Mike, Military Mike, The World According to Mike. And then Thursday night, listen in to some great fresh tunes from Jacob, the Guru. He broadcasts out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. He plays lots of different types of music. So there's something a little bit for everybody. Everybody spread the word about Just for Fun Radio. We appreciate all your support in every single way, just like Jeff telling a complete stranger about Just for Fun Radio. And now there's one more person that can help us make the world smile, one person at a time, because
Absolutely.
that's what we're trying to do. Everybody have a fantabulous week. Hopefully we will be back here next Monday. And until then, go do something just for fun, because we said so. All right, Ashley, anything?
Nope.
All right, everybody. Just tune in next week. I'm not sure what this song is going to be like, but I want to check it out. So everybody, this is a Madonna featuring Justin Timberlake. It's a mashup that Scotty has, and I want to check it out. So everybody have a great night. Thanks again for listening to Ladies Talk. Thanks again for Just for Fun Radio. Good night.
Okay.